Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And got a couple things to talk about. Got a movie review. Got a couple of trailer reactions. And we're going to talk about a little Marvel and a little DC news. But before that, I got an intro. All right, I'm back. Okay, so went to see Prodigy. Went to see Prodigy this the other day, and it was a pretty good movie. And I'm gonna talk about what it was about and how should you go see it or whatever. So Prodigy was this movie about a young man that was gifted and also probably a little disturbed, and it was something else behind it. Now the trailer showed you one thing and the movie showed you another thing. It was two separate trailers that made this movie look totally different in two ways, and I'm gonna show this trailer real quick just to give people an idea of what I'm talking about. So this is the trailer for Prodigy.
Nurturing genius.
He's our little prodigy. Miles isn't wired like other kids.
His intelligence is off the charts. I don't have an exact score, but it'll be very high.
He's special.
Mommy, what's wrong with me?
Miles is having a very difficult time making friends. I want you to tell me everything that you remember.
I don't remember anything.
Miles's brain is extremely well developed. He may need a specialist.
You must be Miles. Miles is dangerous.
I don't feel safe with him in the house.
Oh my God. He's so different now. I feel like I don't know him.
Mommy, will you always love me? No matter what I do?
All right, that was a trailer for Prodigy, which was better than the movie. And so, yeah, that trailer boasts a movie about a child that's super smart that was disturbed and, did things on a higher level that, that people couldn't, well, I wouldn't say people couldn't understand, but he did things on a higher level that frightened people or whatever. But that was only for real like a subplot of the movie. Not even really a subplot. It was like something very small in the movie. So, okay, the other trailer, which I don't want to keep showing all the trailers, but the other trailer made the movie look like a totally another movie. That was like a supernatural movie where it begins where the doctor's hypnotizing the kid, and he said, "Hey, whoever's in his body, I want to talk to you." So it's like a supernatural possession movie. And so when he was so you kind of say, okay, what the hell, is this a possession movie or is this about a disturbed child? So and it's hard to talk about this movie without kind of spoiling it, because some of their main twists are part of the main plot. So, I mean, I'm going to start by talking about the performances. Now, most of these movies are told through, when it's about a child, it's mostly told through the mother eyes, and the dad is like a prop. What do you mean, sweetheart? you're crazy. It's just a kid going through a phase.
He's
You know how,
just a kid, hon. Don't
Right.
worry about it. As he sharpens some scissors in the back room.
right. So it's told through the mother eyes. And she did a good job too. She kind of got like a weird look to her. She got like big ass eyes. Her name Taylor Schilling, I think her name. I think how she say it. And it's all about the mother seeing her son. First, she's so proud that he's smart. Then she started noticing, damn, this dude doing on some devious shit. If that was just a movie, I would have been on board for that. If that was just like, you ever seen the movie The Bad Seed? Like an old school movie with the little girl that was evil or whatever. If it was kind of like a remake of The Bad Seed or The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin, about like a kid that's real smart, but they just like, they real devious or whatever, I would have been on board for that. Or he just so smart that he come up with these ingenious plans. But no, that wasn't the case. It was a reason why he was smart, and it wasn't because of his intelligence. It was because of something else. I don't, and I kind of really don't think it's spoiling it if I say that, because they said in the other trailer, it was kind of like a possession thing, where the intelligence was coming from the other entity. You get what I'm saying?
Kind of bleeding through.
Right. Where he was like a normal intelligence probably kid, but the stuff that was happening that was smart was from the other entity that was taking over his body or whatever. Which the other entity wasn't a genius. They were just it was pretty much like a grown person intelligence in a child. That's all it was.
So what they did was they had two different storylines they could have gone with, and they decided to half-ass both.
Well, see, I think they went with this original storyline, the possession storyline first, but when test audience seen it, they was like, man, this ain't nothing new. So they went with the Prodigy storyline, because it shouldn't even be called the Prodigy, but they went with that Prodigy storyline to make it more interesting, which it did to me, because if it was just a possession movie, it'd have been like something that should have went to Netflix, to me. But they decided to go with the old, he's so smart that he's gonna do something so different. So talking about some of the performance, like I said, the mother did a good performance on. She just had this kind of weird look, but she did a good acting job on not knowing what she was dealing with this boy. I'm gonna talk about the boy, because these movies, the kid can make or break these movies. You know what I'm saying? Where you're gonna have to, you ask the kid to do a lot of heavy lifting if you're gonna make a movie called Prodigy. It's about a crazy kid. Jackson Robert Scott, that's his name. He did a fairly good job. But you know what I notice about these movies? That it's better when it's a girl that's evil than a boy. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the movie The Bad Seed, when they got a little girl that's so fucking evil that you like, oh my gosh, she's up to something. For some reason that works better than when they have. Go ahead.
I think like a big part of it is like you when you think about a little boy, that they're gonna do some stupid messed up stuff every now and again. So like in your mind you're already prepared for it. But girls, like you kind of get bought in on girls develop a little quicker than boys, and they don't do the same level of crazy stuff that boys do. So it's like there's that much more distance between what they should be and what they are.
Yeah, and then you look at they look so cute and innocent. My Little Princess, they can get away with a lot of shit too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
like you got a little boy in one movie that looked like he up to something. You got a little girl that looked like butter wouldn't melt in the mouth.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of make it work. That kind of that makes this concept works better with a girl. But it was okay. So we used the boy, and he did a decent job on trying to be different. Trying to the little subtle stuff. But he didn't knock it out of the park, but he didn't do a bad job. You know what I'm saying? Where you see some performance, you're like, man, this little dude gonna win the Oscar for this shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing like that. Sometimes it was a little too a little too over the top where you can tell he was trying. But I mean, I don't ask much from a kid because you got the adults in the movie just gotta, I don't know, they need to, like, the kids gotta carry it, but it was more on the mother performance too. But I wasn't like I said, I just wasn't blown away by the little boy. He did some devious stuff, but it's more like I could tell he was acting. Then I was actually kind of scared this little kid is really evil. You know what I'm saying? Rock is like,
I mean, you already got the name of an old man, so that don't help.
So
you know.
You said what?
You already got the name of an old man.
Oh, that's his real name. But so in the movie, the kids start, he showed this intelligence. They put him in a smart class. So he did something like attack another kid, right? So in this movie, they missed a lot of opportunities too. So in this movie, you would think, since he's so smart, he's going to do something that's going to, when he hurt another kid, he's going to do something that he's not going to get the blame. They're not going to know he did it. It's just going to be the only person that's going to suspect it is probably the mother or whatever. But no, they didn't do that. I mean, and you saw on the trailer he had a wrench, and I don't know how to talk about this movie without spoiling it, but I'm gonna tell you like this: it was just one scene where a kid made him mad. He just went in the janitor closet, grabbed a wrench, and came to the kid and started beating the shit out of him with the wrench, and that was the end of it. How was that smart? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was like, you showing this kid is dangerous, but you didn't show he was smart. You know what I'm saying?
Just.
And it was for the littlest reason too. It wasn't like it wasn't like a bully did something mean to him. It was like, and we talking about like 6-7-year-olds. They like in 2nd, 3rd grade or something. And he just like, hey, I want to work with this girl on the school projects. Dude's like, I'm sorry, we already working on a project together. Okay. Turned around, came back with a wrench. Just started hitting that kid. And I was like, y'all missed opportunities. Because I think the formula for this movie, for movies like this is you show the kid is smarter than everybody else by doing something to people and not even getting in trouble for it because nobody knew he did it. And the one clue that showed he did it, only probably the mother would know, so that would make her suspicious, right? That's usually the formula.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no,
I mean,
because like, in front of everybody.
Even thinking about it, man, like, I don't.
So it's stuff like that the movie really, misfired on to me. So the Prodigy angle was just a red herring, dude. The whole Prodigy angle was something just to get people in. It was more about this possession. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that word, because the possession was by they didn't say it in the trailer, but it's like as soon as you see the movie, you'll kind of know. But the whole thing is the entity in him was doing all this, not the boy. So that was kind of like the whole deal.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I'm kind of spoiling it, but like I said, I don't know how to talk about it without spoiling it. Because it's nothing, all you can talk about is probably the performances. So, and then we had the dad, the dad is like, after a while, he's like, look, I don't trust that little dude. Because he was, doing devious stuff. So every time he get caught up, he be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, start crying. And then the mother come in and say whatever. Then he kind of looked smiling like, yeah, I got your ass.
So not only is the kid not a prodigy, the entity ain't that smart in an adult in and of itself.
But the adults ain't never smart. They always use props to push the plot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I mean, the dad's taking the kid to a mental home because he's doing all this shit. And he tell the little dude, and the little dude, like, what? I thought we was just finna go to school or whatever. He said, no, I'm gonna take, like, why you tell him? He's smart. So he's like, no, I'm taking to, somewhere they can help you, son. and all this. So you know how that ended up happening. You know, that didn't end well for the dad at all.
No.
You know. So excuse me. So
thank you for. Can I just say thank you for seeing this without me? I really appreciate it. Because like you know how I am, I'd have been hot in that theater.
I know this movie played like a standard horror movie, but they set it up like it was so smarter, and it was not at all. And they also got a lot of elements of The Omen in there, where the people that know the kid is up to something think that you just picking on think you trying to hurt a child. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they was using that angle, but they didn't do it as good as they could. You know, that's why I was like, this movie missed so many opportunities. But you know, and it's just a standard movie. The psychologist, they had a good scene with the psychologist where the kid was basically outwitting him, where basically the kid basically was like, when the entity pop out, when the kid pop out and the entity come up, like, look, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. Because not the psychologist, he was like a hypnotizing therapist or whatever. He was like, I want to talk to the person inside his body, and he came out like, look. He said, now what's your name? Who are you? He said, look, don't worry about my name. He said, look, it's like this. You ain't gonna tell my mama shit. I'm running this shit. He said, I'm gonna take this little boy body, and you ain't gonna tell my mama shit. And if you do, I'm gonna tell them that you molested me, and they gonna listen to me and not you. I mean, so
oh wow,
that was the only time I felt like the kid did some old devious shit. The rest of it was just some bullshit. And I'm kind of spoiling it a little bit, but like I said, you can't talk about the good shit without even talking about the Zach stuff. But so it was a cool movie, a cool watch, something on Netflix or something. It ain't nothing that you want to go see, and I don't want to spoil the ending, but I'll just say it was similar to somewhat like the Omen or something. So I'm gonna leave it at that and wrap this review up. But it on my rating scale, I give this movie an all right. It was all right, and it was worth, like I said, worth renting, watching on Netflix. It'll kind of, it's fairly entertaining, but it played by the numbers. All the movies like this do. You got the worried mom, you got the I don't know shit dad. That's just a prop. Then you got the professional people that's trying to help them that actually know about this stuff. I got a friend that's an expert in possession. You always got a friend that's an expert in whatever problem they got going on. You know what I'm saying?
My cousin's boyfriend's brother is a demonologist.
Right, and they come over and tell them what the problem is, and then they'll say, first they'll tell them, "You crazy," and then when they see something they don't that they can't believe, they go back to them. What I need to do? Well, first you need to do this, you need to do that, So it played by the numbers like a possession movie, by the numbers possession movie. But it boasts to be something smarter like The Prodigy, which would have been a good movie to me if they would have went that route, but they went with the possession route, not the bad seed route. So yeah, I give it an all right. Like I said, just all right. It's like a rental. It's worth just renting. And if you just need kind of a scary movie to watch, that's what that'd be a cool little movie to do. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna wrap this up on that movie. That is the Prodigy movie review. I might want to put spoil on there because I don't think I spoiled it too much, but those are all the good moments.